So I went out there and had the interview. They ended up offering me a job, not the job that I interviewed for, but a different job that was to help set up a company in the UK, in London. And even then, it wasn't something that I was particularly interested in. I remember getting back to the airport in Tampa, getting ready to fly back to Fort Lauderdale, and I called my wife and said, "You're not going to believe this," and didn't really think a whole lot more about it. By the time I got home, my wife had already been to the library and she had books on London, and I think at that point it was pretty much a given that we were going to be moving to London.
So since then, you moved to London because of that.
Yes.
And you formed the company, yes?
Yeah, this is back in late '96, early '97. We moved over, and the company that I worked for was a small company at the time called Preferred Mortgages. It was me and a handful of other people. We built the company up over the years, and we ended up selling the company in 2003 to Lehman Brothers.
And then you moved to Australia.
Well, in between that time, the company had set up an international company where we were looking at international opportunities in other countries. Australia was one of them, and Canada was another, as well as a couple other ones. And in between my time in the UK, we moved down to Australia for about a year and a half, and then we came back to the UK.
And then you came back running the new company, the company that you are in.
Yeah, I finished up with Preferred in early 2006, and just did a couple other things back in the States. I had an opportunity to spend some time with my wife and kids because I traveled a lot, and it was just a good opportunity to see my son, who at the time had developed into a good basketball player, so sort of followed me, and it was something I was interested in seeing how he progressed, so I was able to attend a lot of his games, spend a lot of time with my daughter, who was younger than my son and interested in different things. So it took a little bit of time off, which kind of coincided with the start of the credit crisis, and just really decided there wasn't a whole lot happening. It was best to just sort of lay low for a little while, and just looked at a couple small opportunities. The opportunity that presented me back a little over a year ago with Theta came through a former colleague of mine that was doing some work at Theta, and recognized that they had a gap that I could potentially fill. So yeah, I was very fortunate that came along.
Okay, would you like to give us more details about Theta?
Yeah, Theta is a short-term lender, provides finance to individuals that are looking to buy properties. Typically, they're short-term loans. A lot of our customers are property professionals. They'll buy property at a discount through auction or some other method. We provide the short-term funding for them to fix the property up, and then remortgage it with a more traditional lender. We're a very specialist lender that fills a need for the property professionals. We are, however, in the process of expanding our product offering, where we're looking to get into longer-term loans. We have a buy-to-let product now, and some other products that we're going to be releasing over the next month or two.
And you're based in London, yes?
Yeah, we're based Ely Place near Holborn Circus, and that's where the company's headquarters are.
Do you have many employees?
We're probably around 44, 45 employees right now.
Okay, we'll talk about this a bit later on. I'd like to ask you about our community, actually, because I met you last time at the community center where we talked about football, community football.
Yes.
And I realized that you love the idea of getting involved in that. How you get involved in that, and what made you get involved, and
Yeah, well, The founder, one of the founders of Theta, a gentleman named Stephen Nicholas, is a Cypriot who was raised in North London. Steve is very involved in the community, loves football, is a lifetime Tottenham supporter, which I'm now a Tottenham supporter. He's taken me to a few games, and Steve's very involved in the community. When this opportunity came to us to get involved with the football league, it was just something that tied in with what we value as a business, the tenets of football, teamwork, working together, achieving a common goal aren't really too dissimilar to what we have at Theta. So it just made sense, and it gives us an opportunity to get out and see some games and be involved in the community.
Did you went to quite a few of them, games, watching the community football yet?
I've been to a couple of the meetings. I haven't been to any of the games yet, but I've got a couple lined up for the next couple of weekends. I'm looking forward to it.
That's
It'll be my first time to one of the community games, Cypriot games.
Mm-hmm. And you are a sponsor. You're one of the main sponsors of community football, yes?
Yes, we are indeed.
That's good. I'm going back to when you say about the food, traditional food, and it's Greek or Italian, okay?
Yes.
Now, here in England, how you cope with that? I mean, I'm sure you might be more the Greek food than the Italian.
Well, that's probably a fair statement. I mean, I fortunately get to go to some barbecues at Steve's house and a few of his friends that he's introduced me to, and I've even anytime I'm up in this area, I'll stop at have a Greek meal. But I would say I certainly miss the Greek food more than the Italian food.
Mm-hmm. You visit in more Italian, places, and go to Italy more, or you go to Greece?
I'd say probably Greece more. I've been to Italy a few times, but I've been to Greece and Cyprus several times. So certainly more times in Greece. I was able to go to Kos several years ago, and I still have a lot of relatives that live there. Saw some aunts and uncles. Saw the house that my grandmother grew up in, and where my great-grandfather was a priest, and the church, and loved it there, absolutely loved it.
So, are you a religious man, or?
Not so much.
Not so much, yes. It's difficult when you have, you don't know which way to go. I mean, Italian or Greek,
yes.
It's a bit more difficult, isn't it?
I think so. I try to, be a good person. I think I am, and live my life, the right way, and hopefully everything's taken care of.
That's the most important thing. Yes. Okay. Music. All right.
Yes.
Which music you listen to?
That's a good question. I like everything. Everything except country music would probably be the only type of music that I don't listen to. But a wide range of music. My eldest brother, Pete, is about 10 years older than me, which is a pretty big gap when you're growing up. So he was always interested in different types of music that I was interested in growing up. So I was exposed to the music that he liked, and I think the area that I grew up in is, culturally has different types of music that they listen to. So I really, if you were to look at my iPod, you'd see everything from, Pavarotti to Public Enemy. So it's a wide range.
Okay. In this case, you listen to Greek music? Or?
Well, Steve, who I've mentioned earlier, is in a band, plays the bouzouki,
okay.
And I've been very fortunate to hear Steve play several times, and in fact they just did a concert this past weekend at the local school in Totteridge that I wasn't able to make, but I will certainly be at one of their concerts. Very good.
Lovely. Okay, going further, I would like to ask you a few more questions about future plans. I mean, future for your business and future for your family.